What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a while since I've uploaded my last video, but I've been busy building the agency and help building brands. And in today's video, that's actually exactly what we're going to do. I have a case study for you guys showing you exactly how we helped one of our clients scale to over $500,000 a month in revenue, managing everything for them from Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, SMS, email marketing. We're going to dive into the exact system, strategy, and structure we used for all of those platforms. And without further ado, let's dive into it. Okay guys, so this is going to be, like I said, a case study of one of our clients where we helped scale to over $500,000 a month in revenue using paid ads. What we're going to be covering in today's video is firstly the brand's KPIs before and after working with us, our advertising goals, the ad account breakdown and structure, like I said, through all of the platforms that we're managing, as well as some of the conversion rate optimization that we did to actually get the media buying to be successful. So firstly, the brand background. I'm not going to go over and obviously reveal the brand itself, but I'm going to give you guys sort of an overview as to what they were doing prior to working with us. So organically, right, they had around 48,000 followers across Facebook and Instagram, and on TikTok, I mean, they only have a couple hundred, so we won't even necessarily include that. In business for 4 years, revenue is around $150,000 a month in revenue. Prior to working with us, right, they were only advertising with a Facebook freelancer, and in terms of their email marketing, they were only using the native emails from Shopify, sending around 1 to 3 emails a month, and those were just specifically for campaigns. I mean, I believe they did have the one abandoned cart email in place, but as you guys know, with Shopify's native emails, I mean, they are pretty lackluster, definitely don't convert at a high enough rate what they need to be. But the good thing with this brand is that they had quite good margins, but the one thing we needed to focus on is their AOV. So our break even was about a 2.0x return on ad spend. Starting budget was $300 a day. And again, this was actually going to be used to start on Facebook and Instagram as well as Google. Average order value was $33 and the conversion rate was 5%, which is amazing, right? But obviously you can kind of expect those higher conversion rates with a lower average order value. And then our goal as an agency was to really help them discover an omni-channel growth strategy. Like I said, we ended up managing everything from Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, SMS, and their email marketing, even diving into things like Pinterest, because we're really just trying to help them scale and acquire as many customers profitably as we possibly can. Secondly, the one thing we needed to focus on to actually make this profitable and do it at a much higher level is to increase our average order value. $33 is great, but it is a little bit on that lower end, right? So if we're going to be, acquiring customers from Facebook and Instagram for, anything, around like $15, I mean, that's still profitable for them, and then it's definitely doable. But if we could get that to around $40 and we're acquiring customers for $10, I mean, there's just so much more room for them to make money. And then of course, the most important thing was we wanted to scale. So let's dive into the rest of the video, guys. I'm going to kind of break down our strategy before we dive into the ad accounts. Okay, so like I said, guys, this is sort of our overview to the strategy that we use to help build the brand to over $500,000 a month in revenue using omni-channel marketing. So we're going to be looking at 3 different areas here. Like I said, it's going to be our paid traffic, email and SMS, as well as our conversion rate optimization. So diving into the paid traffic side of things first, we ended up only advertising again within that initial few weeks of advertising on Facebook and Google, and by meta ads here, that's Facebook and Instagram. And then we ended up diving into TikTok and Pinterest. But the sort of the idea behind this is that we were using Facebook and Instagram or Meta as our top of funnel acquisition strategy, as well as middle and bottom funnel, using a lot of retargeting there. And same thing with Google, right? Really focusing on a lot of their keywords, because I didn't say what the product was exactly, but it's definitely a very generic product that literally hundreds of millions of people could buy. Obviously, we really wanted to focus on the top of funnel acquisition, especially with the keyword searching and our Performance Max campaigns on Google. And then again, because they did have quite a bit of organic traffic coming from things like influencers and stuff like that, we obviously wanted to do a bit of branded search, as well as, competing with our competitors targeting on our search words. But then the next thing was, after we started to see, proof of concept, and we were actually really starting to hammer things out on these paid traffic channels, then we wanted to make sure that we could move to TikTok and move to Pinterest, because the average order value is perfect for these platforms, as well as the products. They were already a little bit successful there in terms of selling it organically. So we definitely wanted to dive into that and test, just to figure out, what our cost per acquisition was. And then in terms of email and SMS marketing, we actually took over this for them, moved everything over to Klaviyo. So we obviously, first thing we wanted to do was actually transfer the entire list and then start segmenting the list, because again, these guys were in business for around 3 or 4 years. They had quite a bit of customers prior to this, right? Like I said, they're doing around $150,000, $180,000 a month already, and maybe spending $2,000 or $3,000 a month on advertising. We knew that, they had quite a big list, and we really really wanted to go ahead and segment that first, and then obviously go ahead and get our campaigns and flows set up to start dominating on Klaviyo, and eventually get to around like 20-30% worth of monthly revenue coming from our email marketing channel. And then finally, like I said, guys, conversion rate optimization. This is so important, not in terms of focusing on increasing that conversion rate, right? Obviously, like I said, they had an above 5% conversion rate already. Our main thing was, okay, how can we figure out to increase this average order value from $33 to maybe $40? That was our initial goal. We ended up using things like upsells, bundles, new offers, etc., just to figure that out, and we eventually ended up getting the average order value to around $40. And let's actually go ahead and pop into the Shopify store right now. Okay, so this is actually the store prior to working with us. They actually ended up coming on at just the end of January. So doing around $150,000, $170,000 a month in revenue. The main issue here was their average order value sitting around like a 3%. Obviously conversion rate, like I said, above 5%, which is juicy. We ended up, like I said, implementing an add to cart upsell as well as a post-purchase upsell. That was something that was like a direct vertical within the niche that they were selling in. So it ended up working out perfectly. Ended up increasing our average order value to around $38, $40. And to date, let's go ahead and pull up last month. You can see how far we've scaled them just in that time frame. Here we go. Go ahead and see we did over $510,000, sitting on still above that 5% conversion rate. Average order value $40, which is amazing. And then you can see obviously we're driving a hell of a lot of traffic and really helping them scale. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into the ad accounts and show you exactly how we did this. Okay, guys, so firstly, we're going to walk you through and break down the Facebook ad manager for this client and just show you typically how we started out with the budgets and where we are at right now. Obviously, we've ran quite a few campaigns over these last 6 months. What I'm going to go ahead and do is grab all of our campaigns with the initial NU for new reach here. Let's just pull up active here. So over the last 7 days, I mean, we're spending just a little bit over $1,000 a day at the moment, guys. We've spent $8,200 in the last 7 days, $41,000 return, almost a 5x return on ad spend. And you can see the way our campaigns are broke down here. I do a few of things blurred here, but that's because they're specific to the product and the brand itself. We're running a cost cap campaign, top of funnel. We are having some issues with that, with actually getting it to spend. I believe the budget is sitting around like $400 a day. And yesterday, I think it only spent like $10, $20. Yeah, $20, which is annoying. You can see yesterday we spent $1,300 with a 5x return on ad spend. And a lot of this return is coming through our prospecting, which again, this product is a very generic product. So I haven't dove into this and exposed what the actual brand or product is, but we're basically using a lot of quote unquote Chad targeting, very broad. We're using a few lookalike audiences here and there, but you can see CPM is extremely low on our top of funnel, and our cost per purchase that we're getting through Facebook, this was just yesterday, by the way, is $4.66 for around a $40 average order value. And you can see we're keeping things relatively segmented. The extra campaigns that we have here are for specific product launches or sales. So we have our spring collection here, and then we have a specific collab that we did, but the majority of these, again, are where we're focusing on our top of funnel in 3 different campaigns. So we're running our regular prospecting campaign. I don't want to dive into these too much, but again, so these are some of the campaigns that we're running top of funnel, keeping things relatively simple. And then as well as we have a prospecting DCT, where this is where we do a lot of our different creative testing on the dynamic side, just so we can get a quicker sample of testing. And again, we're only spending around like $150 a day on remarketing right now, and it's performing extremely well. Maximum since we started running ads on this account, guys, we've spent over $91,000 US since July of 2019. It's actually going to be more so. I believe, like I said, we brought these guys on at the beginning of February. So we spent $91,000 since then, with a 3x return on ad spend on Facebook, which is amazing. And guys, before I do dive into the Google side, again, just to bring you into our ideology behind this, 90% of the traffic here is being focused on our top of funnel, so we can focus on driving new customers into our ecosystem, eventually driving them into our remarketing audiences, as well as being able to target them on places like Google, places like TikTok, ultimately get a much higher return on our ad spend. Obviously with iOS 14, it's not like this data is 100% accurate, but this is what we're using right now, as we do track things like marketing efficiency ratio, blended site-wide ROAS. As obviously, like I said, we're spending across quite a few different platforms at this point, so there's definitely going to be a bit of cross-platform attribution. But the main point here is that we're continuously driving brand new customers for the brand, and we're really help driving a lot of that initial traffic through Facebook. On Google, again, I'm not going to dive into the actual keywords and how we're testing these things because I don't want to give away the brand itself, but you can see we're spending around $2,000 $1,500 a day on Google. The majority of that, $1,800, is being spent on our top of funnel Performance Max campaign, and then we're only spending around like $50 on branded search and around $100 testing different search words on our top of funnel, and it's performing amazing. Last 7 days, we've spent around a little of $13,000, 4x return on ad spend on Google, which is amazing. And again, 90% of this budget is focused on our top of funnel and helping them acquire new customers, as opposed to really honing in on our remarketing, because we're in the phase where, again, we're just trying to acquire as many customers as we possibly can right now. Again, spending that minimal amount on retargeting, but the most of retargeting is coming from Facebook and Instagram. And then, like I said, guys, we're also running around a split between $400 a day between TikTok and Pinterest at the moment. We're slowly starting to scale TikTok, but we need the creatives to do so. So I'm not going to take time and actually break down those two platforms in this video, because again, like I said, we're only focusing on top of funnel there. So there's really basically one campaign for literally each platform. There's not much that we're testing there aside from creatives. And obviously Pinterest is more so geared towards search engine optimization. And so moving on, guys, what we're going to be taking a look at is the email and SMS marketing and just sort of our results over the last little bit. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be pulling up the Klaviyo account basically from February. Like I said, this is when we brought them on. You can see the brand was doing a little bit under this. Klaviyo tends to over-report, and the reporting has kind of been skewed lately, so you definitely don't want to be using this as your end-all be-all. But as you can see in February, they were doing $0 from email marketing. They had a little bit of revenue coming in from the native emails from Shopify, but you can imagine really not too much. And I want to go ahead and show you the progression in terms of how we've helped this brand grow. So first month in March, as you can see, we only had a few days to actually get 1 or 2 campaigns up, and then actually getting our welcome series added. That worked out quite well. Moving on to April, again, the slow transition here is just getting all of our main flow set up and really starting to send a good decent amount of volume in our campaigns. And as I slowly move on to August, you'll be able to see the progression not only in revenue. So our second month in, we generated 11% of revenue from emails. Then we came into May, it was 17%. At this point, we're still not utilizing SMS marketing. June, we had quite a big month in terms of scaling overall. You can see we hit 21% over $100,000 revenue from Klaviyo, and we actually did start utilizing email marketing, generating $4,000 from emails. July, a nice little increase as well. As you can see, we actually doubled our revenue from SMS and as well as increased the return from Klaviyo overall. And now we're in August. You can see we've generated over 27% of revenue directly within Klaviyo. We're continuing to grow our SMS list, right? We've generated over $5,000 this month, and we're continuing to scale. I hope you guys enjoyed this little case study and breakdown of how we helped this brand grow from around 150 grand a month in revenue to over $500,000 a month in sales. We started, again, spending around $100. I believe the budget in the beginning was $300 a day, and we ended up scaling to around, I believe currently we're spending around almost $4,000 a day in ad spend, sitting across an average of a 3x, 4x return on ad spend site-wide, which is amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and comment below the video if you enjoyed these types of videos. I'm going to continue to make these types of breakdowns and case studies of the brands that we work with and continue to help scale. If you're an e-commerce owner and you're interested in perhaps working with us and helping you grow your brand, down below in the description of this video is actually going to be a link to our calendar. You can book in a call and we can speak from there. So again, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.